On the news this morning, first phase of APGA Digital membership registration commences today. Bishop Ezofo urges federal government to seek ways of resetting Nigeria's economy. 30,000 students register for students' loan scheme in Nigeria. Spain passes bill granting amnesty to Catalan secessionists. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News at 8. I am David Okpokwasile. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. The All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, says the first phase of its digital membership registration shall commence today, Saturday, June 1, 2024. This is contained in a release signed by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Mazi Ejimo Fopara. According to the announcement, old and new members are encouraged to visit the website on www.apga.ng or visit their wards to complete the process. The Anglican Bishop of Agwata Diocese, Right Reverend Samuel Ezofo, has charged the federal government to be proactive in making policies that will improve the living standards of the people. The call was contained in the bishop's charge he delivered during the first session of the 7th Synod of Agwata Diocese held at St. Thomas Anglican Church, Umuchu, in Agwata local government area. Our correspondent, Chukwuemeka Modelem, tells us more.
Regretted what he described as baby steps being taken by the federal government in the area of checking the high rate of insecurity and banditry, which he noted is causing a nightmare to the people. Bishop Ezofo, who is also the national chairman of the Evangelical Fellowship in the Anglican Communion, asked President Tinubu, who is already 1 year in office, to seek ways of resetting the economy which had subjected Nigerians to sufferings. On Anambra State, Bishop Ezofo commended Governor Chukwuma Soludo for his all-round development in key sectors without borrowing: his road infrastructure, free education policy, employment of teachers, youth empowerment, erosion control, waste management, and restoration of law and order across the state. The bishop had earlier congratulated the Chancellor of the Diocese, Justice Peter Obiora, on his appointment as Justice of the Appellate Court.
We therefore charge every Christian believer anywhere, and particularly of this diocese, to love God, your God, with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. That is, love God with all that you are and have.
On his part, the Archbishop, Ecclesiastical Province of the Niger, and the Anglican Bishop of Awka Diocese, Most Reverend Alexander Ibezim, the Bishop of Amici Diocese, Right Reverend Ephraim Ikako, and that of Obaro Diocese, Reverend Prosper Ama, described the theme of the Synod, God's great task for the Church, the Great Commandment, as apt, especially now that many faithful are finding it difficult to obey the commandments of God, which they noted are prerequisites for making heaven.
The importance of the Spirit. What is the essence of the Spirit? God gave them the Spirit of God so that they will be completely equipped, to equip them, to empower them, to energize them.
In order to reciprocate that love of God, I said the work of God must be done sacrificially. And that's our motivation. I am nothing but pencil in the hand of the Lord. So he used me to write what he wants to write, and me and my wife, we are returning all glory to him. We are removing ourselves from it.
The president of Agwata, the Assisian Council of Nice, Sir Obiora Okeke, that of Ladies President, Lady Gloria Ezezika, described the bishop's charge as spiritual reawakening and promised to domesticate the knowledge garnered to their various churches. While Venerable David Obiaboso seconded the motion for the adoption of the bishop's address, The Speaker of Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Somtochukwu Udeze, and the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Information and Commerce, Sir Chinedu Ike, raised the synod. Over 20 bishops, including the former Archbishop of Niger Province, Most Reverend Godwin Opala, Director of Media and Communication, Mr. Apuchi Nwozo, among other personalities, were all in attendance.
A stakeholder of the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA, Mr. Jude Agomado, has charged reputable international organizations and agencies to always recognize and honor excellence as a way of encouraging competitiveness among leaders in a growing democracy like Nigeria's. Mr. Agomado gave the charge in Awka while congratulating Governor Chukwuma Soludo for winning the Governor of the Year award on infrastructure and development from Champions Newspapers Limited. Speaking with the ABS, Mr. Agomado, who is also the President General of Ekoka Market, said that Governor Soludo deserves the award and that his performance has continued to set the bar high for other state governors and successive governments. He described the present government as one that has triggered massive development in health, education, roads, employment, and human capital development. The Awka-born business mogul explained that the nearly 500 kilometers of roads being constructed by the governor in Anambra State have continued to enhance socio-economic and commercial activities across the state. According to him, the award is befitting recognition of Governor Soludo's hard work and commitment to excellence, and maintained that the award will be catalyst for greater achievements. In continuation of the campaign against human papillomavirus, HPV sensitization exercise has taken place to Michael Tansi Memorial Secondary School, Aguleri, in Anambra East Council area to educate students of the importance of HPV vaccination. Female students from various schools in the area attended the program. Correspondent Wayne Anibogo tells us more.
The event, organized by the Anambra State Primary Healthcare Development Agency in collaboration with Ministry of Health and partners, attracted Mrs. Soludo and her Healthy Living with Noye Soludo team, officials of World Health Organization, Red Cross Society, traditional rulers, presidents general, political appointees, academia, teachers, and women groups. Speaking, the President General of Umueri, Chief John Mechie, urged parents and guardians of girl children between the age of 9 and 14 to make them available for the human papillomavirus vaccination, HPV, which is being provided free of cost by Anambra State government. Chief Mechie made the call during the launch of the free HPV and pad bank by Healthy Living Club of Mrs. Noye Soludo in celebration of World Menstrual Hygiene Day, held at Michael Tansia Memorial Secondary School, Aguleri, Anambra East Local Government Area. He advised people of Umueri and by extension Anambra East to join in taking the campaign of the free HPV vaccination to every nook and cranny of the council area, saying that the vaccination is aimed to protect the girl child from deadly diseases like cervical cancer. In his welcome address, the immediate past transition committee chairman, Anambra East Local Government Area, Dr. Anselm Onora, while appreciating the governor's wife for her Healthy Living campaign, said he learned from Mrs. Soludo that it is better to give human beings healthy living instead of prolonged burial, adding that the launch of the HPV vaccination is what is needed to keep their women and girls healthy as they are an agrarian area. Performing the traditional kolanut ritual, the traditional ruler of Aguleri, Igwe Michael Idigo, prayed God to bless Mrs. Soludo and her team and give them the enablement to actualize their healthy living vision for the people of Anambra State. Adding his voice, Igwe Ekwalo of Umuoba Anam pointed out that the free HPV vaccination and free education policy of the Soludo administration shows that the couple are well prepared for the good of Anambra people. For the principal of Michael Tansia Memorial Secondary School, Aguleri, Reverend Sister Rose Okachukwu, more needs to be done in the area of sensitization and the education of parents on the importance of the HPV vaccination, while one of the students, Miss Chinonye Ikechukwu, commended Mrs. Soludo for her benevolence to Ndi Anambra and Chief Mechie for all that he has been doing in Umueri community. Others who spoke include of Education Subwe, Dr. Justina Anyadiegu, officer in charge of Enugu, among others. The official flag off of the vaccination, drama, dance from Healthy Living team, and dance from Hunters Cultural Troupe formed the high points of the program.
The family of Ejike Onwutalobi has marked the 2024 annual Thanksgiving with praise and worship to God for giving them good health and other tremendous blessings to their households. The Thanksgiving, which took place at Sacred Heart Catholic Parish, Otolo-Nnewi, drew members of the clergy, business associates, friends, relatives, and well-wishers of the family who gathered to join the family in the annual celebrations. Correspondent Chibuzo Bdike filed the report.
The annual Mr. Onwutalobi Thanksgiving is a family tradition that has lasted for over 17 years and takes place every Sunday after Pentecost Sunday. It avails the family the opportunity to thank God for His goodness and mercies upon them. In a homily during a mass to mark the event, the parish priest of the church, Reverend Father Hilary Igwe, revealed that the Sunday marks the mystery of Trinity which dwells on oneness and unity in the Christendom, and applauded the family of Onwutalobi for understanding that life should be filled with thanksgiving, which does not only has to do with the acquisition of material things, but appreciation to God for the past and praying for a brighter years to come.
That unity can never change the facial appearance of the woman, neither of the man. But there is something that is united. That's sacrament, bond.
Shortly after the Mass, the events commenced with family praise and worship at Onwutalobi's residence, and as it is in their family tradition, it was led by Mr. Ejike Onwutalobi alongside his household, as was inherited from their late grandmother. Addressing the guests, Mr. Onwutalobi revealed that the annual Thanksgiving celebration was born out of Joshua chapter 4, verse 4 to 10, in memorial of the special blessing of God upon the household in 2006, which he took upon himself as a challenge to always thank God and extend helping hands to widows, orphans, physically challenged persons, and destitute children around them. According to him, the annual Thanksgiving is celebrated in their family more than any other festivity because of the importance it has in their lives, and expressed optimism that his children will sustain the family tradition even after marriage, as the reward for prayers and Thanksgiving is enormous and evident to their lives so far.
What I have decided I want to share it with the people, especially the poor, the less privileged, to share with them and put a small smile on their faces. So that's the history behind hearing here from New as a matter of fact. So it gladdens our heart to do it. In fact, the greatest joy we have is this day, the year round.
For Ms. Chinaza, Chioma, and Chisom Onwutalobi, part of activities marking the annual Thanksgiving is quiz and dancing competition, as well as special number by children with special needs, as a way of bringing joy to the faces of the people, and pointed out that their daily prayers and annual family Thanksgiving has been the backbone of their individual successes in life, and assured that they will continue to carry on the positive family tradition for years to come.
Because my grandmother actually started it, and it's being handed down from generation to generation to generation. No comparison. I feel like this is bigger than Christmas, taking it back. Anyway, we are carrying this praise and worship to that place.
On their part, Nzubechukwu and Chinenye Onwutalobi, the family's regular morning and night prayer was never a burden, as they grew up with the tradition with the help of their grandmother, who was good at praises and worship, as they were allowed to accompany it with all sorts of drums, and appreciated their parents for leading them through the better path of life. Cutting of cake, prayers by children and priests, Presentation of gifts and appreciation by groups formed the high points of the event.
A total of 30,000 students have successfully registered for the student loan scheme. Similarly, over 60,000 individuals have registered on the website of the fund. The managing director of the Nigeria Education Loan Fund, Akintunde Sawyer, who made this known in a press briefing in Abuja, stated that on June 12, 2023, President Bola Tinubu signed the Access to Higher Education Act 2023 into law to enable indigent students have access to interest-free loans for their educational pursuits in any Nigerian tertiary institution. The move, he said, was in fulfillment of one of his campaign promises to liberalize funding of education. He noted that the act, popularly known as the Students' Loan Law, also established the Nigerian Education Loan Fund to process all loan requests, grants, disbursement, and recovery, adding that although the government initially announced that the scheme would be launched in September, it suffered several delays leading to an indefinite postponement to early March. Spain's parliament has given a green light to a bill granting amnesty to hundreds of Catalan secessionists involved in a botched breakaway bid 7 years ago. The controversial bill, passed 177 to 172, will see court annul the legal records of hundreds of officials and activists involved in crimes related to Catalonia's secessionist push from 2011, paving the way for a return of the movement's exiled leader, Carles Puigdemont. The Act of Pardon draws a line under Spain's worst political crisis in decades, which saw Catalan pro-independence leaders who had won the 2015 regional election in Catalonia hold a full referendum in 2017 that was declared illegal by Spain's Constitutional Court. The bill, opposed by the Conservative Popular Party (PP) and far-right Vox, has had a rocky ride through Parliament. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Television, and follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Before we go, here are the main points. Again, we told you that the first phase of APGA Digital membership registration commences today. We also told you that Bishop Ezofo of Agwata Anglican Diocese has urged federal government to seek ways of resetting Nigeria's economy. 30,000 students have registered for student loan scheme in Nigeria as Spain passes a bill granting amnesty to Catalan secessionists. Remember that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's continue to give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news this morning. Thanks for joining us. I am David Okpokwasele.